when you take action on things that says, if you do this, you will accomplish that, there's no way possible that you cannot accomplish it because you've taken the action, which means that it's a promise. You do the work, you're promising yourself to get the result because you've done the work. If you eat too much and you're eating gluttony and you eat a lot of fat and you eat a lot of garbage, the promise is the result is going to be bad health, diabetes, maybe a heart attack, perhaps a stroke, and all those things. It is a promise. So what you spend your time doing diligently, the result will come. I don't want to run my credit. So here's the other thing, right? So I tell the story about how there's a widow in the Bible, and there's a man named Elijah who's a man of God, and he went and asked the lady, for a piece of bread, basically. So I'm paraphrasing the story. If you want to go look up the story, just look up with the widow and Elijah in the Bible, and you can read it for yourself. But he went and asked her for a piece of bread, and she said, well, I was just getting ready to bake this last piece of bread for me and my son, and we was gonna lay down and die because this is our lack, right? So her mindset was, we have just a little bit, we have a little bit of lack. And he said, well, woman, do you not know, right? Do you not know who you are? Do you not know the resources around you? Do you not know that you can go borrow the flour and the oil and make more and get yourself into land of abundance? And so borrowing to get what she needed was the missing piece. She needed someone to tell her that you have to borrow it, and that's the way in order to give me what I need, but to also be able to pay off your debt and to subdue and have dominion over your circumstances. It's a true story. It's in the Bible, right? And so a lot of times when it comes to that, people may know that you have to leverage credit, you have to leverage loans in order to get the resources that you need to invest in something that's going to literally change your zip code, change your tax bracket. You have to be willing and ready to understand that sometimes you have to do that, right? And be okay with it, right? So when people use the excuse that I don't want to run my credit because I'm fixing my credit. Well, if your credit is bad, it's not going to hurt to run your credit because it's already bad. Period. I don't want to run my credit. So what you're saying is, so what you're saying is that you don't want to become a millionaire because you're worried about what TransUnion might take a couple points off. What? So what you're saying is what? It don't make no sense. And so people who really want it, they're willing to make the sacrifice to get it. This is what I'm saying. So eliminate the excuses. If you really want to become 100 millionaire, right? 100 millionaire. Like, I mean, there's levels to millions. There's levels to hundreds of thousands. There's levels to six figures. There's levels to seven figures. There's levels to all these things, right? So people who really want to, whether it's a $500,000, maybe it's $250,000, maybe it's $1 million, maybe it's 2 million, 10 million. People who really want it, you have to eliminate all excuses to get it. You have to be willing to learn what it needs to take because you have to have a blueprint, right? So scripture also says, write the vision, make it plain, which lets us know that you have to write it out. You have to have a game plan so that you can create the action steps, or so that you can borrow the action steps of other people, which saves you time to make more money, right? So you have to have all these things, and it just works, right? Action steps works. When you take action on things, right? You have to eliminate all excuses on why you cannot take the action, first of all, in order for you to empower yourself to take the action. When you take action on things that says, if you do this, you will accomplish that, there's no way possible that you cannot accomplish it because you've taken the action, which means that Cynthia says, I have to put in the work, which means that it's a promise. You do the work, you're promising yourself to get the result because you've done the work. Case in point, if you eat too much and you're eating gluttony and you eat a lot of fat and you eat a lot of garbage, the promise is the result is going to be bad health, diabetes, maybe a heart attack, perhaps a stroke, and all those things. It is a promise. So what you spend your time doing diligently, the result will come. So if you spend your time building and growing and developing and educating yourself on how to create wealth, wealth will come. Period. Right. And so what we're doing is we're showing and helping people who they need to become in the first place so that you can be strong enough to eliminate all of those excuses so that you can actually get results in your business, create the wealth that you need to create so that you can have decisions and make your money make money and make it make more money than you've ever had before. That stuff is possible. I've seen it, I've lived it, I've helped other implement it. But for some people, they just really stay stuck regardless because of all these excuses. So for those few that are really ready to eliminate your excuses and really learn how to create wealth for yourself, we have a 5-day challenge, like literally, it literally next to cost you absolutely a little bit of nothing. Like for under $400, it's under $400. So VIPs is $297. I think it's like $497 for platinum tickets, right? For under $500, you actually get to become the person that will do the things so that you can create wealth. You also become the person who is pre-qualified to land the biggest purchaser of business products and services in the world as your client. If this is what you want to do, like if you want to create wealth, that means the money got to come from somebody that have it, right? You can't create wealth from people that don't have it. They ain't got no money to give you, right? But I'm telling you, the government, they got a ton of money to give you. That is where the wealth resides. I'm telling y'all, it's so much money, and they're continuing to put so much more money. We're talking about hundreds of millions of trillions and billions of dollars that they're pumping out into business products and services, right? Many are chosen. Many are called, but only few are chosen. And those few that are chosen are the ones who's ready and willing to eliminate excuses and follow the principles that are taught in the Bible that says, be fruitful and multiply and subdue all of those excuses so that you can have dominion, which is to create massive wealth for yourself. You were not born to be broke. Somebody say born to be broke. No, you will never see me or anybody that's in my circle walk around with a sweatshirt that says born to be broke. No, we were born to be prosperous. We were born to be wealthy. We were born to be rich and heirs of the Father is rich in houses and land. So why are we broke? You ain't supposed to be that way. This is the reason why he gave you the gift in the first place, right? So if you're ready to turn your gift into a cash flow machine, so that you can be living in abundance and prosperity and the way that you were created to live in the first place, join the challenge.